Hello everyone, my name is Jason Marlowe. I'm the CEO of ProAm Softball, and I'd like to give you a rundown on where we're at and what we're doing over since the beginning of the 2021 year. Uh, ProAm Softball is growing in teams. January we had 42 teams. That's a new milestone, and new teams are joining every month. We realize that as time passes, 50-year-old players start playing on 60s teams. And so this is why we allow 357-year-olds and one 58-year-old, or up to four 58-year-olds with our 60s teams. We're building a lot of 60s teams, we're building a lot of 50s teams, and so as we grow into two parks, we will have more and more 60 teams and more 50 teams. But eventually, when we get enough 60 teams, we will just be on a different weekend, usually 2 weekends different as we grow. The other thing is we allow 347-year-olds and one 48-year-old on each of the 50 teams. Not all the teams have taken advantage of that, but there are a few that have picked up one 47-year-old or one 48-year-old or anything like that. It's not a big difference, and it just gets players in our league that just play with our league, and it makes our league bigger. Now, if you're a new player and never played with us before, on the new website, which by the way the new website is launched, you could just go to player registration, register as a player. There's a checkbox that will put you on the available player list. If you take that checkbox out, when you log back in, you can take it out. You can take yourself off of the available player list, but we have a long list of available players, and that some of those have registered and didn't realize they went on that list, and we have to adjust that. But we do have a great image of all the players as we upload new images. This is a baseball looking website. It has all the stats. We're going to be putting the old application on the website so that coaches can go on there and score at the game or even at home in 20 minutes just from the hits from the videos on the YouTube channel. So we also, you'll see on the new website that all the tournament champions will be displayed each month. And then when we put the new tournament champions up, the old ones will, go to the wayside. We may have where you could look up former tournament champions, but mainly just the new ones for each month. Returning teams, as far as coaches, when you log in, there's a detail button for each tournament, and to the right of that, you'll see a register button, and it's only when coaches log in. If you click the register button, you will go on the list of teams for that tournament. If you can't make it, just email us or give us a call. We could just delete you off the list, and that register button comes back. But after you click the register button, it'll take you to where you can either pay for it or mail in a check, and then it'll always say, every time you log in, it'll say pay. When we register that you've paid, then it'll show paid. So as we grow into the 2021 year, we really hope that you will continue to come every month. A lot of teams do, and they've been pioneer teams. We're going to have a Hall of Fame, HOF. It'll be identified as a HOF. But for 2018, it'll be the pioneer teams for that year. 2019, I believe we started our All-Star game, which is coming up in July again. This will be our third All-Star game, and we will be talking to the coaches and asking for 2 or 3 different choice players. Now, again, the AD team, what we do is we put A and D players together as one team, and then there's the BC All-Stars, which is B and C players. So we'll be talking to you about getting your All-Star registration, and again, you can contact us through email or phone. We're always open for talking to anybody and everybody. We do encourage to come up with new ideas. We try to make things new and add to prizes or whatever. But we have so many features that are on our new website. It kind of gives the time, how much time to the next tournament. Down at the bottom, there's tournament stats. And you select 2021, but you can select any tournament, January, February, March, whatever. And then once you do that, you just you can hit standings, which will show you the point standings for the 50s and 60s. The schedule has actually the schedule, and we upload the visitor and home scores of each game that we play. I do want to just touch on one more thing before I go. Is when we have inclement weather and we can get in Saturday's games, and it looks like it's more than 60% chance of rain for Sunday, we may ask teams if they want to play their other two games at the end of the day after all the games have been played. And what this does is it gets the games in case it gets rained out on Sunday. Now, not everybody can run 4 games, but we're just going to do the best we can. We ask all the coaches in the bracket if they want to do that. There's no penalty. If the coach wants to come back the next day and take his chance, he's not forfeiting any game or anything. So the other teams that his team has to play has to come back Sunday. But that's one of the options. And of course, if we're rained out on Saturday, we do try to get all the games in the 45-minute time limit of each game. We finish the inning. And Sunday, we've ran where they played 4 games in a row, and it was very exhausting. It was during the summertime, so we want to be careful not to run everybody too many games and too hard. So again, we're encouraging some of the younger guys to register as a player registration. They in turn go on the available player list, shows what position you play, and don't forget to put your email and phone number, the town you live in, and you'll be contacted by coaches because coaches are always looking for players, and we always we always encourage the free agent team. We have developed new teams from that, and also if you're going to come to March's tournament, please register early because if we need a second park when we hit 40 teams, which is 10 games on each field both days, which will run us late at just one park. We hit 40 teams or more, we're definitely going to go to 2 parks. That'll be 20 at each field. We hit 50 teams or 60, that this way we know we'll have two parks to work with. But we need you to register early if you plan on coming to March so that we can make plans for a second park, because this month we only have GT Bray, and if we stay around 32 teams or less, we hope obviously much more than that. And anyways, so there you have it. That's the quarterly update. It's March 1st, 2021, and we'll see you out on the ball field.